Hello? Bitch, how you live for a minute 30 seconds and we can't hear you? Hello?
No. Can you hear me? What's up?
What's T?
What's up? So you see my picture on the top of my name, right? This describes it all. That episode was so tired.
What? It's the picture of what?
The picture of Nene that says I'm so tired. I'm
Yeah,
so
I see.
tired.
I see her.
So what are your thoughts before we get into it? Because I know you had a lot to say. I had a lot to say. Where do you want to start?
This your show. We start with you. Do we get an intro? Do we get, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's up, y'all? I'm Trapper Johns from the Trap Spot. You know
What's
what I'm
up? What's up? What's up? And this is the infamous Rollon's Revenge.
Okay.
And speaking of revenge, if you stay tuned, I will give you some inside tea on what's been going on with me for the last 24 hours. Cause
Damn.
cause it's been some shady, shifty shit that's been going on, and I must address it.
Like, okay, well, y'all heard them. Stay tuned in to the end. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, the tea is worth waiting for.
Or does that need to be a separate video? What y'all?
It's your channel.
What? Yeah, I'm gonna just handle it like it is. But anyway, let's get into the episode. The episode starts off with I think it was DeAndre.
Mm-hmm.
It was DeAndre and was planning for the party.
Right.
Now, before we get into this, I want to ask you, what are your overall thoughts and perspectives of each cast member?
Oh, that can take all day. Are we gonna? I don't know. I don't know what's my thoughts yet. I'm still because I did want to play like first impressions, but I still feel like we finding out who the people is, and I feel like I wanted to wait till like episode 5 to be like, okay, because normally I go straight in judging a bitch, but they as soon as
So,
they do something wrong, bitch, I'm judging you. You know what I'm saying?
so
But now I want to like wait and like see why the reason they did what they did, see if they can explain themselves good, just to get to know a little bit more about them. So yeah, that part, you know what I'm saying?
bump all that. I'm Judge Judy. I'm judging from the beginning. That's always in my platform, my
Okay.
brand. I'm going to judge you, give you your props when necessary. So, this is my channel. Be as comfortable, relax your feet, kick your legs up, and get right into it. So, where do you want to start? Let me start. I'll
Is we
start.
gonna talk about the whole episode, or is we gonna talk about, the black elephant in the room? Like, which one we
I,
gonna talk about?
I want to do first impressions, and
Okay.
then we're going to get into the episode. So,
Okay.
let's start with exactly that, the elephant in the room. DeAndre.
Okay.
You know, she was cute in the beginning. A bar manager, a Morehouse graduate. You know, we have enough of this with Oliver with that
But
talkative.
you could tell that she was coached. Am I right or wrong? And you could tell that like that's Oliver's friend. She didn't even have to
Yes,
tell us as many times as she did, girl. We would have been like, okay, y'all best friends.
yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. You was coached on how to do this thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's coming off as such. No shade to me, it is.
Not only that, it gives I wasn't that girl in high school, college, or let alone being a child. So now
Hmm.
I got the platform to be this, and so I'm gonna do this unto the greatest extent.
Yeah,
Like, girl, we grown. We don't have to do all that.
we
Like,
don't. And that's what you write about. I wasn't the girl in school, so now I'm doing it as an adult. You know what I'm saying? It does give that with the reading on girls. getting an apartment. He do a lot of side reading. Like I said, and it be about stuff that you'd be like, whoa, what? You be like, so that's what make me be like, okay, he was coached. You know what I'm saying?
Like, girl, we know you went to Morehouse College and all of that. So what else? What else do you have in that brain of yours? You went to one of the best schools in Atlanta. What else do you got besides that? You actually embarrassing Morehouse, if you ask me.
Really.
Just like Oliver was embarrassing Morehouse, which is what I said years ago, but that's a whole nother story. Let's move on. Kiki.
I live for Kiki. I live for her being in the Kiki scene. Oh, I'm sorry. I live for her being in the Kiki scene as a big girl too, because they get looked at different. You know what I'm saying? By seeing her get her life in that realm, it's cute because I do know a couple big girls that it was hard for them in the ballroom scene, because they were big girls and maybe not the prettiest or something, shit like that. So I live for Kiki. First impression, like I can see her as a sister, as my sister, as one of my sisters.
I see her as the Ariel O'Hara of the group. And not to compare the two, but it's the I'm not with the bullshit. I'm just gonna be a mother sister to you, but I can give it to you if you want to bring it to me.
Mm.
That's the type of girl I see her as, a down home girl. You know, that's another example of a person that went to Morehouse and don't have to, you know, exemplify every 5 minutes. I went to Morehouse. I went to Morehouse. I went to Morehouse. You confident in what you have done as a trans woman, and then you're taking it to the next level. That's what I need DeAndre to do.
Yeah, maybe he'll show us a different side of him, or but we'll get more into that later. Next person.
Jeff. Jet Jeff.
I like Judge Jeff. I love me a Peruvian mommy. Okay, no shade. I love Puerto Rican people. Like I don't know, they just so fun to me. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that I don't like my own people, but I love a Puerto Rican poppy. No shade. I think sometimes people confuse being an artist as like, I don't know. I ain't like that part. I ain't like the part where he was judged because he didn't rap. Because some people aren't freestyle rappers, but some people got ghostwriters, and you know they you still listen to them. You ain't asking them to rap or freestyle. So that part, was I, just dust it off, Jet. Dust it off, Jet Jeff. No shade. That wasn't shit, girl. A lot of bitches say pay me to rap. Like, no lie.
I I think personally, and this is just me, Jeff has a lot to grow from. He's still young in the industry, and I felt like that was a pussy move of Sean to say, "What do you do?" Like, girl, you ain't even confident in your style of dress. You ain't even confident in your skin, and I'm not making a
Sean, give me
colorism joke.
okay. Okay, yeah, you right
Hold on,
about
hold on.
you right.
Let me
You
finish.
right.
You're not even confident in your own aesthetic to be judging somebody else's. So I feel like he just needs to grow. Just you young, you still trying to figure out who you are. Give it about 3 or 4 or 5 years, and maybe he'll know exactly who he is.
Yeah.
Maybe Sean, you can learn something from him, but that's a whole nother subject.
Hmm.
While we're on Sean, let's go there. Keyshawn.
Is that his name, Keyshawn, or just Sean?
Keyshawn.
I wish I would have saw a full picture of the outfit she had in her promo with because it looked like a dress that was too tight, turned backwards. That's what it gave. So I would like to see that full outfit. Her being a fashion blogger. I know what a fashion blogger is, and the things she was saying, some things was right, but like, girl, you ain't gonna get an interview every day with somebody. You know what I'm saying? So you would have to do other things in fashion, like take us to go see fabric, take us, to, you know what I'm saying, to the seamstress and shit like that. Maybe fashion bloggers still, some fashion bloggers know how to sew. Maybe you should take us to a sewing class. You just kept on saying like, I got friends, I got friends, I got friends, but ain't what no name dropping, you know what I'm saying, like, or none of that. And I don't know. It seemed like you just a girl that was ready to read. Like it seemed like you, like she watched a lot of the housewife shows and shit like that. And those are the type of situations she is prepared for. That's what she ready to display, like her sassy side.
I feel like she was the most insecure. Excuse my background. She was the most insecure, and you just like be the bad bitch that you are. If you gonna be Andre's doppelganger, you gotta have a little bit more confidence, girl. Girl, you ain't doing
So
this.
is that the role she playing? Andre's doppelganger?
I I feel like it, but again, she might be one of those girls that are need time to grow and realize, okay, this is how it was season one. Maybe season two, when I come back for season five, it's different. We'll see. Astro.
I like her. I like her. I like a real authentic type bitch. And I know I'm about to skip ahead for a few, but I ain't gonna go too far. What she did when Kesey was fighting, bitch, that's the type of friend I fuck with. A bitch like that. A bitch like you would think Dior would jump in. But we're gonna get into that. I hope. I hope we get into that. I live for Astro. She got that shit in. Said, bitch, what's up? We came in this bitch together. Bitch, I'm jumping in this shit together. Like, I live for that. Like, that's a friend. That's a friend. Now that Dior, I don't know if Kesey should keep that going. I don't know. I don't know, girl. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else saying they cool with you, but it didn't seem like once the second bitch jumped in, start hitting them, that gives everybody else leeway. Bitch, y'all can do whatever y'all want to these two bitches now. No shade. I'm sorry. I live for her. I live for her. I hope she get that retwist that her brother told her to get. But no shade. I am living for Astro. I'm living for her, girl.
You know what? In my honest opinion about Astro, he reminds me of Gutter Cake. A lot of the energy,
Yeah,
just trying to find his space. And I enjoyed the real authentic scene between his mama and his brother.
yeah,
Like, it was interesting to find out that he was a, a part of a gang, which kind of makes sense as to why he acts like that. And like you said, the whole thing with, if I'm fighting my friend fighting, that's what's up. But I have some real issues with that we'll get into in just a minute. Keisty.
I like Kesey. It seems like I like Kesey. Okay, I guess he is the sex symbol of the show. But so far, it seemed like they trying to make it seem like Kesey is it's almost like he either talking to Dior or is he even though if he talking to him, it's like well he shouldn't be talking to nobody else. It's like I feel like the family, you know when I say family who I'm talking about. I feel like that's how they think it should be because even Trey came off, when talking to DeAndre, like, like almost like not on Kesey's side. But yeah, to me, Kesey sex symbol, like his music when he did the freestyle um with Jet Jeff. I like that. I think that's gonna be a hot song. I really do. And I think the girls need to like Jet Jeff. Jet Jeff is commercial. Like a lot of y'all, like the people would pick Jet Jeff over a lot of them because he'd be able to sell more. And not only because he light skinned, because his personality is way more likable as well. So lay off
Here's
Jet Jeff.
here's the thing for me. With Casey, I just feel like every chasing platform, every G status platform, every set it off platform has to have a sex symbol. Like with the previous season, it was Robert Rat. Now you got Robert Ray and Kesey, and I think that's a part of the beef between Robert and Dior.
Why would they be beefing about that situation?
Yeah, it's kind of hidden because do you like Dior, Robert? It does. It's not adding up to me. So he's talented. Though we got to see that in season three, but what else is there? Who is Kesey outside of the rapper and the body and everything else? We haven't seen it thus far, and I hope we get to see that.
Yeah, you're right.
So, let's talk about who else? Trey Howard.
I live for Trey Howard. Another one that I feel like commercially can push the show also because he's likable, even though I feel like I feel like he be like writing a script on whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like I like it though. I like him though. I think he cool. I'm glad he did his thing 2022. Then when did they release that show? Was that 2022 or 2023? That probably was last year.
2022.
The show for the parts that I did see, it was cute.
So here's my thing. Trey Howard, I ain't like you last season, and I ain't like you season two. However, what I can relate to is the Scorpio spirit, the underdog spirit. But girl, you're a little messy. It's giving I'm codependent upon my daddy. Separate and do your own thing. And I think from that show that you did on your own, you can show that you can be the real star of a show. But you being the bone collector and
I was
shit,
just about to say that. I was just about to ask you, like, do you feel like she doing a lot of drama starting? Because, like, even with the telling Tetley, like, oh, he said he was gonna slap you. Like I was like, wait, whoa. And then it's like she was doing a lot of talking to DeAndre back and forth. Yeah, the girls be acting fake. They ain't being themselves. Then on the back end, then you talking to Dior on the back end. Lord knows what you telling Dior. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of that, and it do give me like side eye. Like, are you doing a job or is this really you?
yeah, her being right, her being the bone collector ain't giving, girl. Because if memory and history serves it correctly, even that fight in season two with Trey Womack and Dior and the rest of them, you bone carried with that. Stop doing that. Let the drama come to you. You sit back while the other bitches do the drama. You've been here
Yeah,
the longest. You are the veteran at this point.
right.
So
But
stop.
she probably feel like that's what she doing. You know what I'm saying? Being a bone collector, you know, calling bitches out, saying doing all that. She probably like, okay, girl, I ain't gonna be beating around the bush with you bitches. But it is coming off a little bit side eye, like,
You got, but she's earned her Texas hat, if that's what you want to call it. She's earned her Texas hat at the front. Why do you have to sit back and start this drama when you don't have to? Because when it came to the whole fighting thing, which we'll get into in a minute, you got your boyfriend James. If anybody hear him, if anybody, you didn't have any business going back and forth telling such and such and this, that, and the other. Had you not said that, it was gonna eventually come to a head anyway.
yeah, yeah. But before we get into that, who left? Tetley. Tetley.
As of right now, he's my favorite because it's like,
He giving housewife. He giving what we want. You know what I'm saying? Like, what one thing I don't like is that I don't fight. It's giving like I won't protect myself. It's giving like, girl, if they did step to you in that way, that that's gonna be like we gonna be crying. A lot of people gonna be crying. you know, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I do like her. She need to go a little easier with the pencil and the Beijing and stuff. But other than that, I like her. Did you get into the argument between her and she had Miss George
uh,
a little
uh,
heated?
oh, I have my own personal opinion about that thing. You know, um, we'll save her for last because she can go choke. Um, but as far as my opinion on Miss Tedley, I like her as of right now. The only thing that I can say is that don't don't prove me wrong because of what I've learned in this web reality world. is that the girls that are so likable on camera are really sneaky behind the scenes. So if this is who you really are, be who you really are. But if that's not who you really are when the cameras go off, don't be that. Because then I'm going to be pissed off and then I'm going to read. This is a fair warning. Because we got the Miss Valentines, we got the King Canes, we got all of that. But be you, and you've noticed that behind the scenes, some of these people are, really not who they say they are. And then you learn seasons later that they were putting on a character. Like, I like who you are as of now. This is who you are. But if this ain't you, show us the real you. Because if you show me the real you later on, then I'm going to be mad and then I'm going to read. Dior, what are your thoughts on Dior?
Um, I like. All I can picture is her trying to get out the way when they start jumping Key. That's all I can think of.
Why just that?
Because I thought that she was like a real gutter type. I thought like all
You
gay
you
shit go out the window when I thought that just I thought maybe I thought her and Kesey was cooler. You know what I'm saying?
you really thought that?
Yeah, like because that just gave me like I'm just a different. I'm cut from a different cloth, as you can tell. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
Hi,
just
I have to stop you. Hi, do you remember the season 2 fight? I don't think so.
between who?
Him and Trey Womack. He did all that hollering when your boyfriend was the one doing the swinging. And then after that, you had the family jump in Trey Womack. He wasn't doing nothing. So I don't know where you got the gutter from.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Go back. Go back and look.
I just thought like differently, and I just was like, I mean, I like her style, yeah, that's a yeah.
And finally, before we get into the episode, I know we like 25 minutes in, but I wanted to give first opinions and first impressions. Robert Ray.
Um, I'm glad he opened up this season. It seemed like he opened up. I'm glad it opened with him. That was cute. It made bitches want to stay tuned in, but I feel like the whole situation was petty. It was probably fake, but yeah. Other than him, yeah. I mean, he gives something to look at other than Kesey.
Um, I'll say this. I think Robert is sexy. I like the tone and the dialect and all. But even the mess with between him and Dior, again, like I said earlier, what's behind that? What's the reality? Is it something that we missing? Is Dior acting a certain way that you don't appreciate? Did y'all have a prior relationship? What is it that you want us to know that we don't know? Or is it something coming up that we haven't seen? Because all of a sudden, it's this, my bro, we got a problem, family, family, family. But last year, it was all of that. Like, can y'all stand on your own without Dior? And it's like you can. You can do nails, you can rap, you can do all these other things. Why do you need to stand behind a family? I mean, sometimes family can be your biggest downfall. So it's like, why are you holding on to this relationship so tight? Because as you said, we got a chance to see his mother last year. We got a chance to see who Robert Ray is. I hope that throughout the season that we get a chance to see what else Robert has outside of, you know, I'm a real trill ass nigga. I mean, like,
Yes.
you're different. Embrace
Yes.
being different.
Pretty much.
So now let's get into the episode. Now, the first part of the episode was DeAndre meeting up with Oliver about the party.
I think so. Oliver and then whatchamacallit, Trey Womack walked up. It's like DeAndre got something to say about everybody, and yet he looked like fucking Harriet Tubman, bitch. What gives him the right to feel like he can just like Trey walk up? Oh, hell, I can tell he got those shoes from Amazon. Like what? Like somebody who don't get dressed can't talk about somebody who get dressed. That's the first rule of fashion. One of the rules of fashion, girl. If you don't get dressed, bitch, if you a polo wearing khaki cargo shorts, put her on her with some motherfucking forces, you can't talk about somebody with style, bitch, and put that shit on. I done
You
told y'all bitches about that. You can't talk about a bitch that you can't talk about a bitch that put it on and you don't put that shit on. You got the
what?
t-shirt on with a fucking button up every scene. Every scene. I bet you wish it was fall. I bet you wish it was fall. Like, how dare her? Like, girl, like,
She, she looked like she top. She looked like she shop at the big and tall section, and they
girl, even
still,
even
and they
like I
still
said, it
don't
don't
fit.
matter where you shop though. It don't matter where you shop. Get fucking dressed. Like, you don't got no style, girl. You wearing what the skinny boys wearing, bitch, and you got to wear the biggest size, and then the biggest size don't even fit you. American Eagle cuts too slim for two X, bitch. That's still a small, bitch. Like, I don't give a fuck where you shop, bitch. You can shop the thrift store. You can shop Neiman Marcus, bitch. Nordstrom, Saks, anywhere, bitch. The gas
I,
station, bitch. Put that shit on.
and I want to. Well, nothing is wrong with the big and tall section. The vegan daddy. It's just that if you're gonna critique other people's fashion, make sure that yours is intact.
Okay.
And the thing is that if your brand is a t-shirt and some jeans, be that. If your brand is some basketball shorts and a t-shirt, wear the hell out of them basketball shorts and a t-shirt. That's the thing. But in my opinion, Trey Howard doesn't have style because my eye doesn't have anywhere to rest. Sometimes he does too much with what he has on. Keep it simple. So
Everybody don't gotta keep it simple. Everybody don't gotta look like you. But
no, I'm not saying
like we said, I don't even know why you even addressing it. Because we just said if you don't have style, you shouldn't be speaking on it. And you a track jacket, t-shirt wearing jeans and Adidas wearer,
no,
girl.
no, 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 no. That
That ain't style,
no. Let me
honey.
be clear about that.
That's
Let me
we
be
just
clear about
said.
that.
We just
That's
said that.
because I choose to. There's a difference. I choose to.
Girl, well, show me something. Show me something, bitch.
When I want to step out and step proper, I can. But the thing
Not
is
step
that
out.
yes, that's the difference. What
Roll
I'm
out,
trying to
bitch.
say with Trey Womack, like for example, I remember season 2 when he had the long ponytail at the reunion and all the dark eye makeup, like all of that is is too much with the gloves, with the outfit. Like I understand you are making a fashion statement, but gloves don't go with everything, tights don't go with everything, or whatever. Headpieces don't go with everything.
See,
Create
I don't remember that. I wish I bet you next time you got to come with some pictures. Cause I would love to see that.
I have to go back and find it because we're gonna address this again. But it's just that I'm not saying that Trey Womack isn't fashionable. What I'm saying is you don't have to put on 50,000 accessories and that's
Are
what
you
looks.
saying Trey Womack or Trey
I
Howard?
mean
Is that
Trey
the?
Howard.
Oh, okay.
Trey Howard. Trey Howard.
Okay, that's your opinion though. Everybody, that's one thing too. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. If they get dressed or don't, we just saying maybe they shouldn't speak out loud.
But okay, you're right. But going back to this party thing, why is the first thing that DeAndre brings up is I don't know why Kesey don't like me. You know why Kesey don't like you. You said that you were implying that he ignored you. He was being shady towards you. So is that the beef?
I don't know
Because
what the beef could be because, like they said he was pushing up on them too much, right?
mhm,
So, and if he feel like you pushing up on them too much, you know how. First of all, I know how big girls be, especially big girls that don't get it, like that don't get none. Like it's like the minute you give them attention, it's like oh, no shade to the big girls, no shade to the big girls. It's like the minute they don't. I mean, the minute you give them a little attention, they 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 run with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I felt like, well, I don't know because they said they kissed or something, right?
so yeah, I
So
meant
is that so? It's almost like they were saying Kesey was trying to be a player, but I mean, don't he got the right to be a player if he's single? Like just because he talking to a Dior, don't mean he can't talk to nobody.
but I find a problem. I find a problem with that with this chasing brand
Mm,
because remember, if history serves itself with chasing Atlanta season 5, with Drew Friday and Ike,
yeah.
you kissing and saying that people are beautiful and this that and the other, but then when you get around certain people,
Well, first I would say that happened on G Status with Ike and
that's
Roderick.
true.
I would
That's
say
true.
that was how a lot of shit we looked at it. That's how we could tell like, oh, the gays being gay because that was some gay shit. Like you was using a girl for attention, basically a storyline. But when y'all a whole cast around each other, it ain't no tea.
That's true. And if it was that type of if it was that type of thing, then I can understand. But if it was a drunk kiss, let me slip you some tongue or whatever, go on and move on. Go get you another fine ass man. That's Kesey's loss. But you act like that's the only man in the world.
Hmm.
Like it's not. You in Dallas. You know, there are people in the world that like
But
chocolate.
that's what I said. That's what I'm saying. Like it's like he gave her a little attention, and she, what did she do? I mean, like obviously it was too much attention, and he wasn't living for it. Or maybe I don't know, maybe he was throwing his job and money and Morehouse and Kesey, like, why you want Dior when I graduated from Morehouse? Maybe it was some shit like that. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah, yeah.
know.
I don't know.
Yeah, because he had said something slick about Dior and him having an apartment, can't afford an apartment together or something.
So, okay.
Like he had a lot of click, like he was saying a lot of shit in his confessionals. And I was like, this nigga studied them. And that's why when Trey Howard was like, you were you trying to look up Kiki
But
and get
but
I was
but
like,
see, that's the
ooh,
other thing too. Because why are you trying to look up Kiki when Kiki got the same resume, if not better, than you? Kiki went to the same school. Kiki has the same accolade. What has Kiki done to you?
that's he just want Elmo. I said Elmo. He just want Elmo because to have for when he do get into it with a bitch.
See that's a dangerous type of bitch.
Mhm.
And
And
I
he letting that be known. Like what type of bitch, like, and then it's like you are who you hang around. No lie. You get what
and,
you catch my drift?
and on behalf of all Scorpios, we don't claim you, DeAndre. We don't claim you because you out here making us look bad. If there's a reason that you're doing all this, let it be known. Speak
Girl.
for yourself. I can't wait to DeAndre has an after show because these questions need to be asked. DeAndre,
Yeah.
what is the problem? Where are the receipts? Why are you doing this? But let's move on away from this.
Mm,
So
mm, mm.
when we go to the next scene, which was it was Sean and Jeff at the restaurant.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna say this. That whole thing, I thought there was gonna be some resolution, but Keyshawn, you know you bringing a gift to Jeff, and then trying to shade him, the
Hmm.
notepad and all that, and doing all the things that you're doing and making excuses. Just say you don't like the girl for whatever reason. I don't get it.
I mean, but the reason she don't like her is because they didn't know what a fashion blogger was. And to them, that's like, bitch, like, do you get, like they were saying, like, do you get paid? Do you make money? I mean, if he had something to show them right off then, that would have been cute, but he felt like her questioning his career, what I'm saying, was, something to speak on. So that's what.
I
uh,
ag-
So,
I
like she
agree
said,
about that.
he is gonna use her as a storyline. It's not
I
over.
agree about that. However, the formula for chasing is everybody questions everybody's career, but everybody is one air mattress and one pack of ramen noodles and a juice away from homeless. So who are you to question my career? Like I don't if that's what he does to make money, even though as we saw later when he met up with Dior to do the fashion, taking the pictures and all of that, we didn't see it, but maybe it's a vision that's burgeoning.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he said he gonna drop a blog or something. So hopefully, you know,
Uh,
hopefully.
uh, it's just that don't apologize and still do the same thing you're gonna do, Keyshawn. It's just like that whole thing for being there was stupid. Now, Jeff, what I'm gonna need for you to do is once the bitch tell you they're not going to accept your apology, okay, bitch, move on. You need to be around me or be around a bitch like Candace or somebody that's gonna cut this bitch to the white meat. Tell her about her ugly ass fashion, her oily ass skin, that Beijing that look doo doo brown on top of her head.
She just give me like a bitch that's just ready to say something smart though. It's like it's not giving me anything else. Like I see, you said you do all this behind the scenes shit, but we ain't like you should have been doing some videos or took pictures with these people or something. Like I don't know, maybe we got to check her Instagram out.
You gotta learn you gotta learn to roast though. It's like I don't understand how a bitch who head look like the top of a rooster has the opportunity and the unmitigated gall to say something about me.
True. I
Yeah, I
mean,
may have.
she don't know how to. She just say smart shit. Like, and I feel like Jeff laughed at it like, bitch, that sounds stupid. Let's not even go there with each other. You know what I'm saying?
So
I gotta
okay.
stop saying, you know what I'm saying.
So the other thing was with Astro and his mom and his brother out eating. I know these things are kind of out of order, but I think that that was the best scene of the show
Yeah.
because the mama was real, a little ghetto. I didn't know that Astro was from Memphis or lived in Memphis, which kind of explains the rough exterior. Like you had to grow up tough. You had to be. Did he say he's the oldest of the two?
Yeah.
So you had to grow up and be tough. You had to be about your shit. So when he said that I rap about my own personal experiences, you know, I did what I had to do in order to protect our family. So I applaud you for that. But what it seems like, when we get to the group tables thing where they all out to eat, I also get follower vibes from Astro too.
Mm.
Because it's like you're saying things in the confessionals being slick towards people, but what is your actual opinion on these people? Is it from something that they did to you, or is it something
I feel
that they
like
did
it's
to your friend?
still too early. At that time, it probably was still too early to really judge people. You know what I'm saying? Like they doing a lot of studying. You know, that's why I feel like when you say follower, I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? Because
I mean, we could judge per episode because this is what we have so
yeah,
far. But
but I
as
don't
the,
get after that last scene. I don't get. I get stand 10 toes down and what the fuck she believe in and what she think that she should do. You know, that's what I see.
but yeah, because I do remember DeAndre saying something about Andre, and not Andre, but Astro.
What he say?
Um, you bring your friend in here or something to that effect. Because I think they came together, right?
Yeah, they came together.
Yeah. So it was given. Oh, you chose your side, so so let me do what I gotta do. So that whole thing, I hope we get more of them together. Because we get what we've been missing from these chasing shows, more about your family and less about the career.
Mm,
Because we don't want a whole show full of music. We want something different, which I think so far we've gotten different things from different people.
yeah.
So that scene at the group scene where they were all talking about DeAndre and how he has been into it with everybody. What you think about that?
Mm, what scene was that?
They were all out to dinner, and this was before the color party.
Oh, when they was all out to dinner, it was Astro. You talk about the dinner that whatchamacallit came up to?
Yeah,
Dior.
yeah.
I think it was cute. I think that was cute. We got to see, that's why I say I hope Tetley at least know how to fight. You know what I'm saying? Because he was doing a lot of I don't know how to fight, but I got a problem. Like and it seemed like Andre will hit you. No shade, DeAndre. So, girl, hopefully, it's like I don't know. I don't know. It was very informative. You know what I'm saying? That's why I also say that Astro was just studying a lot of the girls. You know what I'm saying? Like new to the scene is too early to judge. Let me study the girls, see what everybody's saying.
It seemed like to me that this is the thing. Everybody had a problem with DeAndre for a different reason because he said something different about each and every one.
Well, I feel like DeAndre got a problem with them, right?
That's true too.
Because Tetley didn't have a problem with Andre when Andre didn't acknowledge him at the club. So that's a DeAndre problem. Um, and who else he got a problem with?
He had a problem with Kesey. He had a pro. I think he had a problem with Astro. I think they all said he had said something about every last one of them at the table,
Mm,
if my memory serves me correctly. So I just feel like it was. I feel like that fight was brewing, and what was the reason behind the colors? Who chose what? because that was a problem too.
Yeah, and it was shade. If if whatchamacallit would have came, he would have looked at like Santa Claus. If he would have wore green, no shade. Um, the sequence not being the color, but being something that something shady. You know what I'm saying? And plus, he had on sequins in his promo shoot, in a promo video, in the intro video. I mean, so it's like, what was that about? You know what I'm saying? Like, I also, yeah, like what, like, yeah, we need to know some behind it. This is some him and Oliver shit.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
some him and Oliver shit. This is some Oliver that hyped his head up and type shit. I can even tell at the time when they met up with whatchamacallit at the talk about the party and to see the venue. It was almost like they didn't want to. I don't know. He is weird. He weird. Then why you mad at Kesey for coming when it's you and his party? When it's you and Trey party?
wait, because I was confused.
It was him and Trey party, but the day of the party, it's all Trey. It's all your party.
Right.
So it's like, girl, like, what is you giving? Like, and it's almost like you wanted to show off in front of them two boys. Like, or
And if
something.
you remember, because we now moving into the fight, when the fight happened, Trey Womack said, um,
Trey Howard.
Trey Howard said, um, I'm gonna invite you to. I invited you to my home, as if they had the party at their house. So if they had the party at Trey's house, then you can control who comes
Oh
there.
yeah, that is Trey. Yeah, you're right, because that was Trey party area.
Yeah, so you can control where Trey Howard invites people to his house. Like they was just allowing you to give the space. So
Hmm.
so like you should have known that production was gonna tell them to come. You could have walked out like you did. But yet you speaking and saying stuff up under your breath, which ain't necessary. You was asking for the fight. Why is he coming in here with
Well,
this?
she knew Kesey was coming. You know what I'm saying? And she give me a bitch that talk a lot behind the scenes. Talk a lot on the back end. Because she invited two other boys, and you invited two other boys for, well, one boy was for Dior, almost as if the boy was gonna have a problem with Dior when he saw him.
And that I'm glad you brought that up. That was the other thing I want to address. That. So did DeAndre have a fling with this person that Dior had a issue with or dated? Cause why
Is
would
it
you
is
bring
it given DeAndre might be, what y'all call it, a cash master, a cash daddy, what do y'all say?
paymaster?
A paymaster? Is it given that just by the look, like, it's like, I don't know, something a little off with her.
What I need DeAndre to do is come explain herself because it's not because what was the reason? What was the reason that you invited this man and it fell flat? And then when um was that Trey Howard that said, well, he got a problem with you, and then when DeAndre said, well, what you say, and then Dior said, well, this wasn't the issue. I can say whatever I want to say to you if I got a problem. Like,
Yeah, it seemed like he doing a lot of trying to be the bad bitch, out of breath and all. Like, it's like, what did you say? Dior, you said what? Like, what ain't gonna last too long? Like it's given like, girl, you trying too hard. It's given like you got something to prove, girl. It's given like you got something to prove, and it don't look cute, girl. Like, all I can say is you are. I don't know if that's Oliver's little muscle or something. I don't know, like, because Oliver would never, with the way Jay Twine got in that face, bitch, and said what he had to say.
and the other thing is,
Bitch, Oliver would never go walk up and steal on nobody.
speaking of Oliver, what's the beef between him and Robert Ray? Because Robert keeps mentioning that Oliver scene, and we now in episode 3, 4 at this point.
Hmm.
What's behind?
Because
Because
they
I've
keep
been
on asking about the party. So I think that I think it's I don't know, maybe he felt like Oliver was trying to take his spotlight, you know what I'm saying? When it's all about him, you know what I'm saying? So and plus you wasn't invited. They apparently not cool like that, you know what I'm saying? So
because I seen a
she
tweet
do a
that
lot of kissing ass though.
I seen I seen a tweet that Oliver did like a week ago. Um, he can say all the stuff he wants to say to me, but he wishes that he was in spaces that I was in, or something to that
Did you
effect.
screenshot that?
I have to go back to his Twitter and see it and find it.
Screenshot that shit. Send it to me.
Oh, of course, because you know I'm always lurking. But back to the whole fight
Okay.
thing. The other question is, what role does Lon D play in all this? Because all the screaming and hollering that Lon D was doing, what connection do you have to this group? Although Lon D is fine as hell.
I mean that's the point. You making a connection. You getting cool with people. Like it's like we seeing friendships happen and that what I want to say in real time, but in sped up time, basically. So like everybody don't gotta know each other. Like you know what I'm saying. Like if I came to a show in Atlanta and you was in there, of course I know you, but that ain't, like I'm gonna still want to get to know everybody else. Like we still gonna mingle, we still gonna network.
Right. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that it seems out of place as to, because for him to jump in and be like, hey, we not doing this. So if anybody hit me, I mean, does Line D have beef with people? Cause it seems like it went from 0 to 10 quick with him.
I
That's what
don't know. Maybe he's somebody that like to fight, but if he was somebody that like to fight and that like can fight, they probably would have helped Kesey because the smallest bitch in the room did. Like
so let's get to the elephant in the room. Do you
we
feel
already
like
talked about DeAndre.
no, well,
I'm
Shades.
being cute.
Yeah, cute but factual. Um, let's talk
Do-do-do-do.
about the fight. Do you feel like Kesey was jumped?
Yes, I feel like Kesey was jumped. I feel like Kesey was jumped and
Because you really couldn't see who was hitting who.
who couldn't who
I could,
couldn't who
you did you see something? Because I didn't see anything.
girl.
But
Then after this show, after we done recapping, we gonna go break down the fight on my channel. Okay, we gonna go
okay,
break it down clip by clip by clip, bitch.
because what I saw was DeAndre ran up in Kesey's face and they started swinging, and then Kesey was on the floor,
And
and
flip
then
reversed it.
and then they broke it up, and
Oh no,
then
that ain't what I saw. I saw somebody jump on top of Kesey
and
in the
then they
purple hat or purple shorts, and he jumped on top of Kesey while Andre was on the ground.
but who was that was jumping Kesey though?
And then
That
the boy in the red came over and threw Kesey. Did he throw Kesey on the ground? He threw somebody on the ground, and then that's why I was living for Astro because oh no, he stole on Astro.
who the boy with the
DeAndre,
yeah, I remember saying that, like, what you swinging on Astro for?
because she was breaking it up.
That don't look like a I'm breaking it up type of thing. You were swinging.
Well, the boy was hitting her. She getting hit from helping somebody that she called her friend. You know what I'm saying? Of course, if you got to swing, swing.
But here's my thing. Here's what makes DeAndre weak to me. Because
You got to call two boys.
exactly. You
That
gotta
was my
call
thing too. Like, as soon as when she was like, "Oh, I got somebody," and two people came upstairs, I said, "Oh, set up, queen." And then when they knew each other and everything was cool, I was like, "Cool." But I felt
but
like if
but
Dior would have
remember,
jumped in, would have, you know what I'm saying? Would have, would her and the boy in the red started fighting or something?
but remember that person that DeAndre bought was connected to Dior. So is that the reason that he was fighting Kesey because he don't like Kesey because of Dior? It doesn't make sense
You really don't.
because how you gonna be big and brawly and still not know how to fight?
Mm-hmm.
I,
Kesey
I,
slithered his way up though, because Kesey, I think Kesey did hit the floor though. We're gonna break that shit down, bitch. We're gonna break that shit down.
and I think on the live after show they had an unedited version of the fight.
Really?
Yeah, I have to go. Yeah, we have to go look at that.
Okay, we gotta look at that. We gotta go look at that. Let me set on my laptop and shit, bitch. We about to look at the fuck.
Production, Markel. Now that we done got this fight, please don't let this fight lag on into episode 10. Please.
Pull up Aries on fire post
Okay.
on that.
The dude in the purple hat attacked Kesey. Red dress tried to break it up, and then Astro jumped in.
Mhm.
I
So
knew.
so Red Dreads tried to break it. I feel like I've seen a lot of like people pull them off, but I don't know. We gotta break it down. We gonna break that shit down because I need it. Let me get to work.
And then, as we see from next episode, we see Keyshawn and DeAndre getting into it, but you want to run.
Oh, so he ain't want none with DeAndre.
Yeah,
Big. I mean, no, he ain't want none with Big Deshaun. Keyshawn.
Keyshawn.
He ain't want none with Big Kiki.
And
The real
Keyshawn
Big
said,
Kiki.
asked him about his business, and Keyshawn was like, I heard PPP loan.
Oh, that's why she's so excited.
So, so it's given either you were trained to be the villain or this is who you really are. Which face is really yours, girl? Like,
Yep.
what happened to this bar? I'm gonna need before the end of the season. I'm gonna need a grand opening for this bar because that's what you came in talking about. I need to see it because if you don't have it by the end of the season, you don't need to come back next season because you making your storyline everybody else's storyline, and it's sad and sickening. Um, what was in the preview for next episode?
Damn. Do I remember?
Hold on. Do you see what Aries on Fire said too? They said also after they jumped Astro, DeAndre attacked
Yeah.
Astro.
Yeah.
That was the part that I saw.
Yeah. Yeah. I live for Astro. I live for Astro.
I live for Astro because you the smallest bitch in the room, but the biggest bitch want to attack. That just shows you a punk ass bitch.
just
And
jumping in, just jumping in offhand. Like I see a nigga that I know need a hand. You know what I'm saying? Need a couple hands, bitch. Like, and she gave it to, and she was giving it to them niggas. Even when the nigga stole on her, it was like, bitch, you can get it too. Bop, 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 bop. Get me out this corner. Bop, 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 bop. Like, she was serving her. She was serving her. She served her. Bitch got served at her own party. No shade. trying to be a bad bitch. I don't know if it's for the camera. I don't know if it's for Oliver. I don't know if it's for them two niggas that she invited. I don't know, but it's not given.
I hope she's embarrassed by looking at this whole episode because we 3-4 episodes in at this point, and you've embarrassed yourself.
I know the suit. Was she in the fraternity? I know they go over there going crazy. Like, bitch, you just got served.
I don't
Bitch.
know
Bitch, they
if she,
probably over there going crazy. Like, kick
if,
her out.
if she is. I hope she don't belong to mine. Cause yeah, cause that ain't what we do over here. You know, don't come home if you ain't serving the bitch what they need to be served.
Okay.
And I just feel like, oh, in the next episode, Kesey was, I guess, talking to his people about what happened with the fight. I
I don't, did he?
Yeah, it was a scene where um that's what we was talking about. Aries on fire. She gets into it with Keyshawn.
Yeah. And don't budge, bitch. Keyshawn don't budge a muscle, it look like, bitch.
She picks and chooses her battles.
Ain't no need to get served twice. No shade. Well, 3 times, bitch. No shade. Because I say Kesey gave it to her, and I say Astro gave it to her.
She
3 strikes
reminds
and you out, bitch.
she reminds me of a Gardini.
No. Gardini good with his words. He don't gotta fight all the time.
What that mean?
A bitch don't gotta fight all the time. She good with her words.
Not all the time. Shit.
She ain't. I mean, like if she don't talk like Gardini wouldn't just be a confessional talking bitch. Like she'll say her shit in real life. You don't think?
She's still a sneaky girl too, even through all of that. But that this is the public service announcement that I want to give to these girls. Stop being characters on Chasing Atlanta, Chasing LA, Chasing Dallas. You got a new, fresh brand. Be you. You are now a part of the legacy. Be you. Stop trying to be these other girls because it's failing miserably.
Right.
It's absolutely failing. Because the thing is that after so long, are you gonna be able to come back for a season 5, 6, and 7? We gonna get tired of the bullshit. So, I mean, is it gonna come to the point where do you think that they gonna fight again?
I hope so. It's giving a little bit of Zeus Network. They said, "Fuck it." He making money from it. Go ahead.
And and before we end this live, I want to give a shout out to Markel.
Yeah, he did good.
Markel, so far in these episodes, you've given us what we needed, but we gonna need a host at the reunion that's gonna ask all the questions. Cause from what we see from these episodes so far, Miss DeAndre needs to be in this hot seat. Also, you mentioned George and from the previous episode, and you wanted to know my thoughts. I don't like her. I don't like her because she gives a broke down version of Phaedra Parks. You took your ass to Atlanta to be that girl. What happened to cremation number 5, digging up the people in the graves and shit? Now you want to be a celebrity. This is not something you wanted to do season 2 and season 3, but now all of a sudden you're that girl.
Mm-mm-mm.
Like, I don't understand. And your whole thing with Tetley is that you fake, you do all these other things, but that seems to be your problem.
Mm-mm-mm.
Because if my memory serves me correctly, Tetley was like, I thought we were friends.
Yeah.
It's given, I want to have a problem
Yeah,
with
because to me it was given that maybe they done something before. Maybe they because he had mentioned Tetley posting a man's every other week. And I was like, well, that's giving like you like Tetley. Like why you mentioning what he posting every week? Did y'all have something? Did y'all have something going on?
George wants to be the center of attention if you haven't figured that out.
Girl, she was heated. Tetley had her heated.
If it's not about George, then George doesn't care. And I don't understand what the fans don't get about that. They be like, ooh, George is fine. Ooh, George is this.
He all right. He all right.
But George is messy. That's the thing.
What gay ain't though? You know what I'm saying? Like what gay
But
ain't?
but but what the thing is that it gives me I'm messy, but I don't want you to know I'm messy. I'm holier than thou.
Mm,
And I don't like that. Standing you be like me. I know I'm messy. I know I've done things. I know I've said things. But because he's fine, but because he's likable, but because he gives off a persona that we like in the web reality world, which is what I was saying earlier about some of these people, which I hope that this is not what Ted Lee gives, that's the reason that shit slides. Because let's call a spade a spade. If it was DeAndre, the girls would be so mad based off of what he's done so far. But George can do it, and oh, he's fine, it's wine. And you get my point.
yeah, I get it. I get you.
So yeah, I just if he gonna come and do all that for the entire season, you can stay your ass in Atlanta and get your hopes and dreams together so that you can be the star that you want to be.
Okay.
And I said what I said. But going back to the tea that I said that I was going to spill.
Yeah, we've been waiting for this.
So last night at about 9:30, 8:30 last night, 9:30 last night, somebody has been using my name and my brand on Bigo, sending me messages talking about I can't wait till you get back to Atlanta. When you bet not bring your ass back to Atlanta, cause we gonna get you. You know, don't mention us on your YouTube live and all this other stuff. And been doing it for a while. You checked because I talked to you earlier, and you said that there's three other profiles with
Right.
my picture on it. Correct?
Correct.
So the irony of all of this is that they follow Hoso Raw and the bodyguard. It could be a plethora of other people, which I think it could be the key checker and the phone seller. It could be hungry hippo turned ex football player wannabe, the stuttering motherfucker. You know, the basement bottom. It could be anybody with his beard, the hoe. It could be them. It could be the coffee getter with the mascara number 6. You know, um, turn caretaker. It could be any of them. It could be the Predator 3.0, you know. So it could be one leg Wilma, you know, any of them. But whoever you are, since you worried about when I'm returning to Atlanta, I'll be back at the end of April or May or whatever. This is your public service announcement.
Mm.
When I'm coming back or when I return for whatever I'm doing, then I'll let you know. Some exclusive tea, too, as well. I don't know whether you knew this, and I'll say this here. So, there was something that happened back in November. Do you remember me telling you what it was?
No, refresh my memory, please.
So, this is the first time me saying this on YouTube or on any social media platform.
Hmm.
So, back in November of last year, everybody knows that I have HIV and I have another STD, which is herpes, which is in my book, which we talked about it. Find another read. I'm doing very well with it.
Mm.
So, come to find out that I had contracted another STD in November of last year, which was syphilis. Now, I never said anything to nobody about it. Nobody. The only person that knew was the person that I had sex with, which was also tied to these girls in this group, which was One Legged Wilma, the Predator, Shit Spiller, and Hoso Raw. You know, they the only ones that knew.
Mm.
But for you to come back to me and tell me via Vigo messages, Instagram messages, talking about did I get the shot for syphilis and I never said anything. I never made any inferences that I had anything, which means you know something about it. And I have the receipts and messages to prove it. We can do a whole nother video.
So wait, so who? Wait, did you tell her you ain't? Oh, wait a minute. Was you supposed to be telling us who you had sex with in November?
Well, the timeline is off. Let me be clear. I found out about it in November.
Okay.
That that I had that in November. But the timeline in which I got it was around the timeline that I had sex with this person, which was, and I'll say the name because I don't give a damn. Um,
It's the name in your book.
no.
Oh,
Do you remember um me saying something about a dude named Evil Twin?
yeah. I remember you telling me about him.
So back in June or July of last year, back in June or July of last year, um, that's when I started getting sick. That was around the time that Monet got mad at me about that $40 that she wanted me to give her because she introduced me to him.
Right.
So then I went to the doctor because that was around the time he went on Twitter and was like he had monkeypox. So I went to the doctor and feared, yeah, yeah, I did. I did.
Oh my God.
That's when I went to the doctor and feared that I had monkeypox. Right, right.
Funny, funny.
So I went to the doctor and thought that I had monkeypox. So I didn't think nothing of it because I thought I was having a herpes outbreak. Because every now and then I have them.
And where you have it at? On your
It
butt?
No, it just depends.
On your skin?
Uh-huh.
Anywhere on your skin?
In the down area or um in the mouth or whatever. But
Mm-mm-mm.
but it also depends on um yeah, I got
Tell your
checked out
truth,
and treated.
girl.
I got checked out and treated. I got treated in November. So but they was coming to me and telling me, well, did you get checked out for syphilis? I hadn't announced to nobody that I had it, other than the people in my circle that knew that I had it. So if you knew, because remember, Evil Twin was
In
in
your
my,
circle.
yeah.
That's weird. That sounds weird. It almost like you was friends with these people.
No, I'm saying the people outside of this circle, I those were the only people that I told.
Mm.
So the thing of the matter was that they was right here talking about yes, correct. Yeah, correct. So I got checked out in November. They're right here telling me you left um Atlanta in November, which I did, but it wasn't for that reason. It was for other reasons that I left, and I had planned on coming back. But then they was like, "Well, don't come back for X, Y, and Z reason," because that was when I found out. Because when you get syphilis, you have to go through a round of treatment. They haven't went through no round of treatment, but after Evil Twin had monkeypox and all that, he skipped and went to Florida.
But how you know he didn't get treated?
I don't. But he went live and said that he got it from me.
Mm, mm. That's a defamation of character. What is it? Is that
But I still have text messages to this day that I told him that I was positive and all that and that we should use the condom. And he was like, you know damn well we don't use no condom.
uh,
So
you want that
you
raw
wanna
booty?
sit you wanna sit and lie to me. And Monet will say stuff like, well, I get it for free. I get the dick for free. All the people that you want me to hook you up with. I never asked you to hook me up with him. You was trying to hook me up with him.
Is she insinuating that she get dick from these men
Uh-huh.
that they fuck her?
Uh-huh. So now you will be harassed and stalked for speaking on this. I sure will. And I don't care. And I can provide the receipts of all this. Cause even when the first thing
I'm
happened,
just listening.
huh?
I'm just listening, bitch.
And even for the first thing that happened, she was like, "Well, you shitted on Evil Twin and this, that, and the other." He told me about it. Why would you go now? Why would you go and say that I shitted on him or whatever? But then I told you not to even say anything to her about it. Like when we had sex the first time, he went to her and said that we had sex. And then when I said something to him about it, he was like, "Well, I didn't say nothing to her about it. I didn't know you didn't want her to know. Why would I want her to know?" Because that's when she called me and was like, "Well, why you ain't give your sister the $40? You could have gave me a finder's fee." What?
Mm-mm-mm.
And I have all the messages to prove it.
Hell no.
So, like, people think that I be lying and saying all these things. So why would you get up and go to a whole nother state if this isn't true? You was the one that was in the hospital for 30 days, not me. Cause I told you what it was.
What up? What up?
Hey Katana. So I know that this is gonna be a never ending saga because I'm gonna be harassed for saying something about it. But I have to speak my truth. I have to speak my truth about it.
This gonna be in your second book.
Um, I'm trying to remember that I put that in there. I think so.
Oh, you put this in the first book.
No,
You said did you put wait a minute. You got the second book ready for publishing?
almost.
Okay. Make sure y'all go to Amazon and get don't get fucked up, or what is it?
Yeah,
Don't
don't
get
get
fucked up. Life from
uh,
a handicap
later on.
person.
Later on this week, we gonna do a reading of a chapter or two. Um,
Oh, not a chapter.
yeah, you remember we did that on your channel, but no, yeah, that's the whole thing. People are using Instagram pages with my logo on it, Facebook pages with my logo on it, Bigo pages, and saying, "Hey, Spoken, what's going on?" So yeah, it's a lot with this whole Monet thing, the evil twin thing, because the thing is, why are you sitting up here lying on me? I done got treatment for the syphilis or whatever, so let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. We on YouTube. My bad.
So
Bitch, we
you,
on YouTube. That's how I be on the phone, y'all. I be thinking of shit. But
so you,
hell no, bitch. This was a lot. This was a lot. I guess he wanted y'all to know this shit. I guess I don't know. Like
so if,
this his
so if,
content, not mine. But
so
would
if
I
you,
be using it as content? Hell yeah.
you said, will you be using this as content? I know you will.
Uh, you know I'm about to crop some shit. Hurry up and publish this shit.
And will you need the receipt?
Uh,
Spoken. I was speaking on the
Drop the link for the girls.
Okay, let me drop the
Drop
link.
the link. Hold on, I got a piss. Hold on.
Okay, let me. Do y'all want to come up? Hold on 1 second. I'm about to drop the link. The link is in the comments. We we did our review of Chase and Dallas, and I just dropped some exclusive tea of what's been going on with me over the past 24 hours. I was gonna do the live last night, but I decided to tack it onto this. Um, so to reiterate what was going on, for those of y'all that don't know, um, I have been harassed on Bigo by somebody with the same name as me, Roline Rebel, actually. Using my book picture, my logo picture, my personal picture, and whatever. and what have you or whatnot. So, in the messages they sent me last night, they sent me messages talking about. Hold on one second. Hey,
What's up, boo? What it do? What it do? What's up, Trap? What you doing?
she in the bathroom.
He in the bathroom. Wash your hands, nigga. Wash your
Make sure they clean.
hands.
What's going on this Sunday?
Is it sounding double on my end?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, because I don't know why I was hearing the echo.
I can hear an echo a little bit.
Okay, hold on. Let me close out of this. So what I miss?
We did our review on Chasing Dallas the episode, and at the end of this, I was dropping the exclusive tea with the Bigo situation.
Mm-hmm.
Which
You
you
reviewed
know,
that you reviewed Chasing Dallas?
yeah, we did that already.
Okay, I missed it.
He said go back and watch it. This video will be posted right after this. But
Okay.
um, so what happened was that whoever is behind these profiles on Instagram and Bigo and Facebook and all that been using my logo and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So they sent me some messages last night talking about can't wait till you get back to Atlanta. Um, we gonna get you. You better not come back to Atlanta. You lie. Don't mention us on a live no more. And my comment was that I'm just speaking my truth. You mad that I'm speaking my truth on my platform, and now you trying to stop me? It don't make no sense.
Well,
So
I'm glad you finally doing your YouTube thing now, cause I know you got a low key got a lot of supporters and a lot of people gonna be tuned in and watching your shit. You just keep doing it. Keep stay consistent and fuck with trolls saying fuck who texting you in your DMs threatening you. Oh, you gonna stop talking about me on your live. Don't worry about none of that. Keep on talking.
so I mentioned thank you. So I mentioned the fact that you know they mentioned to me in these messages talking about did you get your shot because you're around here passing diseases, you passing HIV, you passing
What?
herpes, you passing syphilis or whatever. So I made it clear to clear it up with the syphilis thing. I don't know whether you know, but um I left Atlanta in like November um for personal reasons and for family reasons that had nothing to do with that. So in November of last year, I left Atlanta and went and got checked out. So then that's when I found out that I had contracted syphilis. Had you
Who
heard
you got
anything about it?
syphilis from?
So I remember the timeline of when it happened. It was around June or July of last year. And if you remember me saying on other people's lives before that I had sex with evil twin.
I remember you talking about that evil twin person, and what you said Monet was having sex with him too, so all three of y'all probably got it. But I
Yeah,
mean, I'm glad you got treated though.
yeah. So I had sex with two other people before that, but around the time that I had started getting sick was after I had sex with him. And so what I was telling Trap Spot was that when we first got together the first time, he told Monet that I had shitted on him and all this other stuff or what have you. And I told him, I was like, well, why did you tell Monet that we even had sex? That's between me and you. He was like, I didn't know that I was supposed to tell her. I'm like, well, these girls don't like me. Why are you even doing it? He was like, my bad. I ain't even gonna say anything to her about it. So right after that happened, we had sex again like 2 or 3 weeks later. Like the
What?
end of end
You
of
know what?
June.
Instead of using people real names, because some people, that could be like defamation because you saying names and talking about this. Just kind of give everybody you talking about a nickname. Give them something fly you want to call them.
I'm giving real names, and the reason why I'm giving real names is because I have screenshots and messages to back it up. I get what you're saying, but I have been lied on so much when it comes to this. You feel me?
I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm here.
So like I said, um, he sends me messages talking about you about to really get fucked up because you saying stuff that I ain't said. Like really threatening me because I'm like, you shouldn't be saying that to people that don't like me or whatever. If we gonna do what we gonna do, then let's just do it. So the second time that it happened, he came to where I was like real high. And so he was like, "Oh, you shitted on me and all this other stuff or whatever," and went back to her and told her. So like maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, I see on Twitter that he is in the hospital. So I started feeling real bad from throat hurting and everything else. So I get up and go to the hospital around the same time he was in the hospital. I have hospital um checkout papers and everything if y'all want to see him. Where I go and get checked out, and it was like, well, if we don't see any symptoms from you having monkeypox, then we can't do anything for you. And they sent me home. So after that, then I get up and I find out that he is in the hospital and quarantine for like 30 days. So at this point, I'm like, it don't add up. Then Monet sitting up talking about, well, you done shitted on him. You done probably gave him all kind of diseases. I didn't know what was going on at the time. So like I said, I done went to the hospital. They done told me I'm good and in the clear. But then come to find out, because I had been having symptoms the whole time. And I had thought that I had had a herpes outbreak. But come to find out, it was syphilis, and I ain't find out until I had went to the doctor a couple months later in November.
Well, I'm glad you're doing better. Oh Lord, that's a lot, Roland. Well,
It is.
I'm gonna go back down because I'm trying to cook and listening to this, but I'm listening, but I'm gonna drop. But I'm here.
All right. All
Okay,
right.
boo.
All right. Trap.
Yeah, I'm back. Hold on, let me fix my earphones. Hold on, now, hold on now, hold on. Yeah, I'm back. What's up?
Oh God, Trappiana. What you think about this whole situation though?
um, I don't know. It's a lie. I can't wait for the book. I can't wait for the movie. You know, I can't wait for the movie. I mean, has he confronted you about this? Like you putting his name out there? Like, does everybody like know his tea? Like, what is it?
He got on live with her and said that I gave it to him.
Oh, so everybody think that you gave it to him.
Yeah.
Is this why you left Atlanta?
No.
Mm.
Because like I said, I didn't even know that I had anything until November.
Oh,
Even though I had been having signs and symptoms, because I don't know whether you know anybody that has had syphilis, but But when you get syphilis, like you get bumps on your hands and feet and things like that.
Mm,
I had those symptoms and then they went away.
mm, mm,
So like I
mm.
said, I didn't even know
What's wrong with a wrapped dick? Y'all don't like wrapping it up?
me.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's another thing. Let me address that. See, I have text messages and screenshots where I was like, we gotta use protection. He said, you know I don't like using protection.
Well, it was too late for y'all to use protection then, right?
No, this was before he even came over there.
Mm,
Y'all know I'm upfront about everything.
we see. We can't wait to read the book, bitch. We can't wait to read the book. We ain't gonna give y'all all the book because y'all gotta purchase it. But we gonna read some, bitch. When I tell you
But that ain't even but that's not even in the
on
book.
book club night, bitch, we are reading. Don't get fucked up, bitch. On book club night.
For the 7 subscribers that are here, I know that's a lot. You know, I'm finally breathing and telling my truth or whatever. Like, yeah, I know that I have been a troll or whatever, what have you, over the years, but I have my reasons as well. And I'm glad that y'all are sticking with me because there are other things to offer than being a troll. I've been upfront about what I've done, you know, sexually and things, which the thing is, to a fault, I'm a little too open, but, it is what it is. And so I hope to give you the second book, the documentary, the real covers of the first book. Um,
We can't even see the fake covers.
Here you go.
Can't even see the motherfucking fake covers, but that's crazy.
Here you go. Um,
Still crazy to me. But look
for
how
those
loyal I am. But we'll talk about that on the back end.
for those of y'all that haven't subscribed to my channel, Roll On's Revenge. Um, I have done other interviews. Have you heard of the Padisi podcast?
Not until you told me last time. I think I listened to a little bit of it.
I did an interview with them on their podcast. I did an interview on Clubhouse talking about my book. So
Hmm.
there's a lot of things that I have been doing behind the scenes that go along with this book. And I've done an interview with the Malloy show that I did back in January that I need to post as well. That a lot of you heard. So I'm kind of stepping away from the troll era. I'm still a troll, but I'm doing it in the right way.
True.
So, so
True.
stay tuned for what I got coming. I got more reviews and things coming, more content. Like he said, book club is coming. Um, I think I'm gonna do um a Rollon's roll call.
And what's that gonna be about?
The
Come on,
bitch,
get us hype. Get us hype.
what it's gonna be about is the bitches that I have problems with. Either we gonna
Uh,
settle the issue
line them up.
or we gonna argue it out. Since you want to argue, come over here and argue. I'll
True.
argue with you all day long. Oh, I'm glad I got you here, cause I
Wow.
don't, cause I don't know whether you listened to the last live, right?
Hmm.
Didn't Aaron say he was gonna charge me to help me with my YouTube?
Yeah.
Do you remember the price?
Um. What was it? $500.
Mm-hmm.
It was in the hundreds. I know that. That's what you was talking about on the last live. I listened to a little bit at the beginning before we got on.
Yeah, he was saying that I know that he wasn't trying to charge me he was trying to do this out of the goodness of his heart because he knew that
I know he definitely said he was gonna charge you.
that. Thank you. And my thing was that it wasn't that because then he tried to slide in there. You like to give the money to the escorts, why not give it to me? And
Mm,
I felt
mm,
like
mm, mm.
as an individual, if you're trying to do business, do it the right way. Don't try to take advantage of me because other people have taken advantage of me. Do it because you trying to have some integrity and you trying to grow your business. I felt like with you trying to put the the escort comment out there, it was unnecessary. Cause I know what I've done with escorts. Cause truth be told, it's a whole story as to why my book cover hasn't come out, why the documentary hasn't come out, why all these other things have come out. Cause I paid for things and then people are not delivering the content.
Mm. Hell no, that's deep. You could say that for another show.
So why would I give you something when I know you can connect it to a lot of the bitches that I don't get along with? It don't add up. So I just want to go on record by saying today it wasn't that I wasn't gonna give him the money because if you did the job, you did the job. I just felt like what he was trying to do wasn't genuine, and I felt like, and I'm gonna keep saying it, he's mad at me because I was cool with Trace O'Rognan at the time. And I want to go on record by saying I wasn't cool with Trace O'Rognan at the time. It was, I got an opportunity. I met people like Spoken Facts.
Hello.
I'm reading what Katana said.
Oh,
Now, Roland, Aaron never said he wasn't going to charge you. You and him have claimed it was $300 until the other day. You said it was five. Either whether it was three or five, why are you, like I just said, why are you asking me that knowing that I have said several times and people have made jokes about you've given money and you've not been provided the product? Why would I give him money or why would I trust him knowing that we don't have the best history? That's what I was trying to say the other night. And he kept saying while Trap was on the phone, he around there with Trey So Raw and T Spiller and them, and they gonna use him and abuse him for clicks and views. Because I made the statement of I'm not in the group chat. I'm not in the group chat. Which myself in the group, we discussed that. So if you had a personal issue with them, they don't have nothing to do with me because like I said from the beginning, I knew that eventually they were going to turn on me. I was going to use that as an experience to build my own platform and get my own notoriety. My story has never changed. And Trap, you've been on live with us and said
what I say?
you've been in the lives when I've said I've never had an issue with Aaron. Me and Aaron have a lot of things in common. And Aaron will be like, well, I don't give a fuck. I don't even like you like that. So if you don't like me like that, why would you want to take my business?
Right.
Katana, I said that though. It's a multitude of things. You said you was charging. You said that you had an issue with me being cool with Trey in the moment, and I feel like I'm keeping having to explain that. If you don't have a problem and you don't give a fuck, then why do you keep on doing it? You don't like the fact that I didn't like Scotty and them. You didn't like the fact that I had a problem with the people that you had a problem with. So you had a problem with me too. It's a numerous number of things that there's a problem that he's not addressing.
Right.
But nobody said nothing when he was over there with TTB doing his thing. But you have a problem with me doing it. For what reason? It's the hypocrisy.
Hell no. Hell no.
So, like I said, from this point on, if anybody is on rock with me, be genuine. I'll be genuine to you. If not, you'll show your true colors, and then you'll be out anyway. But like I said, um, like, follow, subscribe to the channel, and everything else that I have coming on. Um, Click the notification bell button, and the next live will be coming soon. You want to go live and look at this fight?
Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, because we gonna break down this Kesey, DeAndre, Astro, and all the extras. We gonna break it down. I want to get y'all opinion, what y'all think. Of course, I'm gonna give my opinion. Run my trap. So make sure you guys subscribe to the trap spot. And bitch, I see you bitches over there. No shade.
Bye.
Bye, bitches.